I'm live. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the channel. If you're watching this back, or welcome back if you're a subscriber. It's been a long time. Hey, man, you're the first one in here. Whew. What's up, Russ? No, I guess TT Gallardo is the same way. I was first typing. All right, man. You were the first typing. All right, that works. Thanks for joining me and saying what's up. It's been a little while, so I just kind of wanted to say what's up and let you guys know what's going on. What's going on, Gallardo? I don't know if I should know your name or not. You know, you could tell me your name if you want to, and I'll call you by your name. Just give you a little update on what's going on with my life, maybe what's going on with the car, what's going on with the channel, all that kind of stuff. So you want me to call you 2013 ZR1 Corvette? Oh, one. Okay, yeah. Oh, I missed you guys too. You know, I did, really. And I feel like these live chats, even though I don't have a whole lot to talk about the car business anymore. What's up, Chad? I feel like I still need to do this. Just to say what's up and talk with you guys. I assume you can hear me, right? Because I switched around some settings and all kinds of stuff playing video games now. Yeah. You're some of my followers or subscribers and everything. We're a community. All right, good. Cool. Yeah, because now that I have some time, I've finally been getting back into gaming. I miss gaming a lot. So I've been playing Anthem on the PC. It's a pretty sweet game. Yeah. And, you know, I'm still up in the air about the residual thing, you know, just depending on how it goes. You know, I might still try to get the sheet from my friend if he'll let me get it. But then I'll get caught back up into answering questions with the car business, and it's not what I do anymore. So I don't know if I really want to still do that or not. So it's funny. No, I don't think it's a good idea for you to rent your Corvette. Like, the Corvettes are so low, though. That's the problem with the Corvettes. It's like anyone who hasn't driven a Corvette before, I mean, they would just smash the front lip on that thing wherever they go. You know, there's a lot of things that people don't think about, like pulling into curb stops and going onto the highway. And I'm sure this is true what I'm saying, because I mean, even my car is relatively low. You'd have to go over that list and all this stuff and hope they don't screw it up. I mean, unless it's just like a straight up paid for toy or something, you know, that, you know, you're whatever about. If you have enough people, man, I mean, I just rented my Hellcat out. I'm sure you saw the video. $200. I mean, if you get a decent amount of people, $200 a day for just not really doing anything is pretty good money for like just extra income. Thing is, around Highlands County, you know, you're not going to get a whole lot of people, you know. Okay, that was not what I wanted to do. Yeah, let's leave it there. You're probably not going to get a whole lot of people renting your, you know, your Corvette. But you can always give it a shot, man. It's up to you. There's a lot of things that you don't think about until you actually do it. You know, just think about if you were going to give your car to your friend's friend that you don't know very well for a day. Like, what would you think? And like, what would be going through your mind on like what you want to tell that person? And you know, do you even want to do it? You know, and things like that. Cause you got to think about all those things. It's kind of how it feels when you do it. You don't really know until you do it. Thanks for joining. Make sure to say what's up. You know, feel free to chat, talk, see what's going on with you guys. This is going to be nothing fancy. I just wanted to say what's up. Might grab a beer or whatever, depending on how many people come in. Maybe give you a little update on what's going on in my life and just the new job and stuff like that. If anyone's interested to hear what I have to say, it's pretty neat. I don't know how much. I'm not really out there in the field yet. I've been doing a lot of training and just now getting into like processing orders and things like that I would do. So the new job's, good. I like it. Like I was just saying, I saw you just put that, but it's good. But again, just been doing a lot of training. Now I do kind of half and half. Like I'll train, but I get to train at home. So, I can wake up at a normal time, make my own breakfast, and then just, do the training on the computer here in the comfort of my own home. And then usually what we've been doing is after lunch, I'll go into the office and then he'll start training me on some real life things that he's doing. So I'll start processing orders and things like that for him, getting quotes ready for customers, and then just stay there till 4:30, 5 o'clock and then go home. So it's hard to really complain about that. And then of course, all the weekends I have off. So, yeah, basically, if I'll keep an eye on the comments, if you guys want to say what's up or tell me what's going on with you guys. I've found out that there's gonna be a whole lot more than radios. Okay, I'll answer your question. Do I miss the dealership? No. There's people there that I had relationships with, of course. My coworkers. I miss the coworkers. Excuse me. It's late. I don't miss it's hard because I think you could probably say this with every job unless you like shovel shit for a living. But there's always going to be certain parts of the job you miss. I miss my coworkers and, I miss the camaraderie a little bit there. And then I miss the good times in the car business when you actually have that rare person that likes the process and they're excited about getting a new car. Like pretty much everybody that's watching this channel would get. I'd love to help all of you people, but that makes it fun. When people want to buy the car and they're interested in buying the car and it's a exciting time for them. Where I think a lot of times people, like 90% of people, put on a freaking suit of armor and they freaking load their guns and they're like, I'm going in, and they've got their shields up and they're like, you got to do better than that, buddy, and they're just like, it's like a battle for them, like they hate buying a car. So those people make it tough. So I don't miss any of that. I don't miss it in a whole. There's parts I miss and a lot of parts I don't. So to answer that question as lengthy as I can. Another question for you. Tiny Turtle, what's up? Question for you. I'm over the road trip. I don't have an actual house because I'm on the road a lot. I do have a place to stay and an address for an LLC, but no, my name. Do you think I'll have a problem with financing for you with $40K down on a cat? 1090. Well, that depends on if you've ever had car credit before. I think is the biggest thing, and how your credit is. Because if you don't get stipulated or there's no stipulations in the loan, then you don't really have to worry about the whole proof of roof, they call it. But yeah, if you've got no car credit or sketchy car credit, like, I don't know, that's going to be your biggest thing is how your credit score is, your credit history. So, if you have an idea about that, I can probably help you answer that question a little bit better. But no, I think this is going to be a pretty lucrative business now that I'm into it a little bit more and I see, what's happening and the actual numbers that I'm processing for this guy. And this is just one of his accounts that he's got. So I do. I don't know what that means. You do have credit, or you do have car credit before. Depends on how long you had it. Like, when was the last car loan you had? Okay, so that's not terrible, but so it's going to come down to credit history, car credit history, I think, at that point. But honestly, in those situations, man, don't know until you try. You know, you don't. Nobody is the bank, but the bank. You know, I can only give you an assumption. So I would say if you had around that credit score, depending on where you're getting it from too, because if it's Credit Karma, it's garbage. So really, the best thing to do is get your money and walk into a dealership. You know, it's not going to hurt anything if you just try it. You know, they're going to tell you what you can do. You know, you've got really, you know, of course, if you're getting a new one, that's over 50% down. So I doubt if you've got relatively decent credit and history that anyone's going to turn you down for that much money. And then if you drive a truck, I'm sure you make pretty decent money. So as long as you don't get stipulated on the proof of roof, but again, just try it, man. Just find a car you like and show them the money. I don't think you'll have a problem. Spaz, man. Yeah, that's cool. I haven't seen a 1320. I got some of the hats, but none of the actual cars yet. That's going to be an interesting thing. Like, I really don't know why they did that. I mean, I guess it's just extra marketing or something for them, and they really didn't cost them any money. But I don't think the 1320 is going to be a big seller. People that I think they did the right thing with the Demon, because it's like that's a purpose-built, like turnkey, bad A drag car. So it's like it hits the people that have the money to do that and want that car. But I don't think there's like the people that have 40K or whatever are gonna want to spend it on a turnkey drag car. Does that make sense? Like, I think those type of people with that kind of income and stuff are gonna want to like build their own, or they're gonna want just a scat pack, you know, because they're gonna want to daily it and then go to the track on the weekends like the rest of us. So I don't think they would want to buy one with no passenger seat and no back seat and this and that. Like, I don't see why it'd be that much of a difference between just getting a scat pack. So I thought that was an odd thing for them to come out with the 1320, but I mean, I guess it's kind of cool because they have a few extra things on them, but not enough to where I would buy one over just getting a scat pack. If you co-signed for your sister, I don't know how much money you make, man, but I don't think you're going to get approved for a second car loan, especially on a Hellcat, and especially if it's going to be a big payment. Most banks don't like to give people 2 car loans to begin with, unless that other co-loan that you sign with your sister isn't that expensive. But depending on your income, I mean, usually if it's less than 6 figures, they don't want to give out 2 car loans to anybody. So, I mean, especially if you're going up to a Hellcat, that'd be tough. So, yeah, no problem, Tiny Turtle. I don't know what you're talking about. One, you got 380, you got a 380 credit score. I don't know what you're talking about. Which I know you're probably just messing around. Yeah. Oh, hey, thanks, Tiny Turtle. Appreciate that. Just bought me a beer. I might just have to go drink one now. I'm on water right now because just for a little bit, I got to get some in me because I came from dinner and I had a couple drinks at dinner. But it's kind of cool for the people that are here, and I'm not really answering any questions right now. There's a lot of cool tech that I'm going to be doing. Like, if you've seen Minority Report, there's some of that stuff we're going to be kind of implementing. The way that technology and public safety are kind of coming together is really cool. I didn't know, and a lot of people wouldn't unless you're in that, business or sector. They've got technology now that, a lot of surveillance cameras and stuff are up around town, and they have microphones on them, and they've actually got like shot detection and things like that. So like if a gunshot goes off, at a certain corner of a street, like the microphones pick it up and they can kind of like triangulate it to like where it happened. And then all the cameras turn on, in that area. And then they start reading license plates and facial recognition. And Start maybe tracking a car that's going faster than other cars, and then they'll like follow that around the city. And it's kind of crazy, like the technology that they're coming out with for that kind of stuff. And that's all going to be things that I have access to and can provide to first responders and public safety people. So it's kind of neat. If you've ever seen those control centers like on NCIS or any big spy movie or something where they're in the control room, and yeah, pretty much like the person interest stuff. Yeah, it's getting there. It's coming soon, man. There's even like, and then the software can do algorithms. So like it's watching the city all day long. So if it notices like similar cars and similar areas at always similar like different times of the week, and then the crime always happens in that area at the same time, it can start running like algorithms and things like that on like, and then figuring out when crime might be happening depending on this and this, so they can put like a patrol in that area at that time and stuff like that. So it's really neat. I'm be excited to kind of be able to offer that. And it's kind of a neat thing that if I can help people, it's kind of cool. Hey, thanks, Juan. Got another drink. I appreciate that. I'm not even talking about car shit, and I've made the most by the most super chats. I don't know, maybe it's not the most, but either way, that's cool. Appreciate it. See here, it sounds like person. Check it out on Netflix. Yeah, and I might have time pretty soon to actually watch stuff. I always saw those ads for that, and it seemed like a pretty cool show. Lee Steele's kind of sucking right now with Scat Packs. Well, if it's anything, when I left, yeah, they weren't that great, and I think it's just because they're a hot car. Everybody wants the Scat Packs now. They did a good job with marketing, and it's an affordable, badass car, so they're keeping the lease rates up. Wonder if I still have a login. Oh yeah, no, that's done. That didn't work. I am out, so I cannot help you there. Some beers. Yeah, thanks. Thanks, Juan. I'll probably go get a beer if there's people that still are on and we're chatting. Tiny turtle. Yeah, honestly, man, if you've got cash, I honestly would just grab a Scat Pack, to be quite honest. Like, I mean, the only reason I own a Hellcat, or because I don't own it, I lease it. Because I bought a Scat Pack, and I was making payments on it for about $460 a month for the rest of my life, and loved the car. I mean, loved it. Could have been completely happy with that car. But then found out people were getting good lease deals on it, and ended up being able to lease a Hellcat for $500 a month. And I got half of my equity back out of the car. So they cut me a check for $3,500, and I started leasing a Hellcat for $500. And I was like, well, it's like the opportunity of for me, that's a big deal. I just never, I thought I'd have to wait till I retired to drive something like a Hellcat. So, especially a new one. So I took the opportunity to just have a Hellcat, or, a big car, whatever. So that's the only reason I did it. But if I had cash, it's not worth my money to pay another $70,000 or $30,000 for the difference in the Hellcat. $40 a month or $37 a month. Yeah, it was definitely worth the difference for me to go to a Hellcat. Because I'm at that point now also where I think I'm going to just always like to have new things. So I like the idea of leasing, so I can always get new things. But no, man, if you had cash, I'd honestly go for the Scat Pack, because having both, you can have a ton of fun in the Scat Pack. And I mean, on paper, they're like a second different in the quarter mile. Think about that. That's like, really? Do you need to spend 30 grand for 2 finger snaps? Now, don't get me wrong. They're awesome cars and they're fun and all that stuff. But I mean, that's a lot of cash for the difference that you get. So, I would think that if you're going from a V6 to a Hellcat for 30 grand. Yeah, that's fine. But you're going from 500 horsepower, 11-second car to a 700 horsepower car, barely tens. That's not worth it for 30 grand. It's just not. Or buy a used one, man. If you could, the cars are holding up pretty damn good. I mean, shit, we got a 3-year-old one with 1,000 miles on it. It's brand new for 50 grand. So, I mean, you almost, if you got that much cash or whatever, find a good used one. All right, man. See you one. Gotta go go to sleep. Yeah, that sounds like me. What's up, Speed Freak? Looking to buy a Hellcat at a dealer will most likely be out of state based on the exact car. Any tips on negotiating a deal when you're not face to face? Is it a new one or a used one? Used? That comes down. I mean, there's a lot of factors in used ones, and you've got condition, mileage, where it is, how many people owned it, accidents, all that stuff. So, I mean, really in that situation, a good place to, or a good thing to find out is just study the market, search around a bunch for other similar ones and see what the prices are similar to that car. And then you can just gauge what's a good deal or not, and then usually whatever somebody has it priced at, you could probably at least get, another grand off. But definitely do your research is the biggest thing, because it's just such a diverse market when you're buying a used one. Everything comes into play. So a used 2016, we had a used 2016, like I just told him. We had a used 2016 with 1,000 miles on it, and it was a standard transmission Challenger, pretty loaded up, and we were selling it for $52K. So I don't know how many miles is on this one, but if it's more than 1,000, then I would try to get lower. I mean, the automatic might bump it up another grand, but I would go down 25 cents a mile after 1,000 miles. I'm not even going to try saying your name. I'm going to call you AS. But I honestly don't know. I don't know if you've heard, but I'm not in the car business anymore, so I don't really have an up-to-date on how the leases are going anymore. I'm out of the car business, so I'm just going to keep the channel about the Hellcat and my other cars. What's the best car for running over Jews? I'm not sure about that one. Hopefully the Hellcat Durango comes out soon, man. That'd be a crazy fun car. Yeah, it'd be just like a Trackhawk, I guess, except, 3 rows. I would prefer the Durango, though, over a Grand Cherokee, to be honest. I just think the Durango looks better. Not that the Grand Cherokee Trackhawk isn't a good-looking car. I just like the way the Durango looks better. So, yeah, that would be cool. Tips for negotiating out-of-state deals. Out-of-state deals are tough, too, because, I mean, everything's a little different. You got to figure out what their taxes are, compared to yours, their fees and everything like that. But, again, research is your friend. And excuse me, Edmunds is a big thing too. Take the car and all the options it has, and then go build it in Edmunds, and it gives you an invoice price. So that's a good place that your price should be around that price, depending on the year of the car as well, and the new models coming out and stuff like that. So if we're halfway through them, we're about halfway through the model year now, I guess, if not a little bit more. So the prices should only start to go down from here. So they still shouldn't be trying to get top dollar for the cars now. That's cool. Yeah, that Bruiser was a cool color. Yeah, I ordered an RT for my wife actually, and in octane red, and it came in and it was beautiful. It ticked me off because it was so new. I ordered it before the 19s hit the ground, so I didn't know, because looking back at the 2018 RTs, it looked like they all came with dark wheels and like at least gunmetal or something like that. So I was like, okay, that's cool. I don't really need the black top package if it comes with dark wheels. That's usually the only reason I need the black top package. But I guess they changed it for 2019, so the factory wheels were basically polished aluminum, and I'm like, what the fudge? So it came in and it was this bad A octane red and it had friggin' polished wheels, and I was like, damn it. But then I ended up getting a better deal on a Pacifica, and it worked out way better for having two kids anyway. So we're really enjoying that right now. No, you don't. So you don't like the new hood, like the Hellcat style hood in the new grill to look like the SRT? Oh, okay. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, before the hood came out. Yeah, I knew they were going to do that, so I kind of waited. But anyway, I didn't even get it. We had a 2014 Citadel before, though, so loved it. It's great car, great SUV. But the Pacific ended up being better for having two kids. Easier to get stuff in and out. It's tons of room too. Happens to leftover 2018 Hellcats that end up not selling? Do they lower the price that far below till it sells? Yes. So no, they do not go back to the company. The leasing options go away. So it's all buy stuff. But yeah, they start discounting heavily. And there's some people that still had. There's still people out there, I'm sure, that have 2017s on their lots. I think it gets to there's two things I got to think of. It almost gets to a point where it becomes, they can make it a used car, like they can make it a demo and then put it into their used inventory. So they sell it as a used car, but it's not technically a used car. But to Chrysler, it was, so they didn't get credit for it or anything. Basically the dealership buys it. So the dealership buys it to try to like cut their losses early, and then it's in their own inventory, so they're not paying interest on it anymore. And then they can just let it sit, and then hopefully they sell it. And if they don't sell it, it'll go to auction after a long time if they can't get the right money for it. So maybe I throw a tune. It really depends on the tune thing. I've been talking with one guy that I've known for a really long time who's been tuning cars, specifically Mopars, for a very long time. And he says that he can tune mine without Dodge knowing. Because I'm not still 100% sure I'm going to buy the car. So I don't know if I'm going to do that or not. And so I can't say whether or not I am quite yet, but it definitely is an idea that I want to do, because I know you can get some decent numbers for that.
It's the lowest score you can improve for a Hellcat, and how come when I run credit everything comes back as a now, but when the GM calls, he got me approved for a Summit. I just want my wife. What's the lowest score you get approved for a Hellcat? Run credit when the GM calls. Well, I'm assuming you mean Grand Cherokee Summit. For one, it's less money than a Hellcat, so there's that. But also, Grand Cherokees can start off holding their value a little bit better. So there's a book on the car and then the price that they're selling it for. So if that's closer, then the bank will approve it more. They're going to approve a, family car more than they're going to approve a luxury or a performance $70,000 car. So that has a lot to do with it, because you got to think those are probably at least $20,000 difference. So they got to take that into consideration. That's a lot of money to get approved for. So I'm sure has a lot to do with it. Looks like I'm out of focus. Did I ever get beat up in that chair? No. How much is a tune on a Scat Pack? No idea, man. But you have to buy a computer and then have someone tune it. So you can between $500 and $1,000 really, from what I've seen. Because if you go Diablo, you got to buy an extra. Well, you don't have to buy an extra PCM, but you may as well, because if you ever need to take it back to the factory, you can swap PCMs out. So I know if you don't swap them out, it's like $600, and then that's just kind of a can tune. And then if you want someone to tune it, then that's another couple $100 or whatever. But if you want to get the spare PCM, it's another $400. So it's like $1,000 if you want to do just like a can tune with a spare PCM. But then if you want to get a professional like dyno tuned, you got to pay for whatever that is. Well, to answer that question, then sometimes banks auto approve things. So if they put in a deal while you were in the dealership, they might have been like, if it was just questionable or whatever the deal was, it might have been the banks just automatically denied it. But if they were trying to get you done or trying to get a deal put together, they can call on different banks and then actually start making calls to these people physically and being like, yo, can you help me out? This guy just needs this much, blah, 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 or he's good for it. Or like, it's different because sometimes the loans just, it's all computer driven. The banks, they'll see, okay, he makes this much. This is his credit score. This is what he wants. Yes, no. And that's it. Like, no real person even looks at it. So sometimes after the fact, the finance manager, if he's a good finance manager, he'll call these people and be like, look, we're this close. Can you just give me a hookup or blah, 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 blah. So that's why they might call you the day after or something like that, or a couple days later. Happen all the time. Drag radials. I only went once. It was 11.3. There's a video on it, and it was hot as shit outside. So I think if it was even just cool outside, could have got 10s. So that's why I'm asking what's the lowest score, because I'm at like 670, but just because my debt to income a bit high, but as soon as I pay down, I'll be like 710. That's why I'm curious before I try. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I would wait. If your debt to income is a little bit high, you don't want to jump if you don't have to, if that makes sense. Like, I would just wait a little bit if you already plan to pay some of the debt off. Because not only is that going to bring your credit score up, so for such a big loan, you're going to want to have a better interest rate anyway. So if you do it now, not only are you going to maybe or maybe not get approved, but then you're going to have a much higher interest rate from not being into the 700s. And that can be a lot of money a month on the interest rate. So I would just wait until your credit's over 700. I did. I didn't think I was actually going to talk this much about cars or the car business again. But hey, as long as I can answer the questions, I'm okay with it. That's fine. I wouldn't get on here if I didn't expect that. Oh, and I want everybody that's still on here, I want to thank you for being a part of 4,000 subscribers. And I feel bad because, man, I haven't been... the time thing's weird. I thought I was going to have more time, but then which I do, but then family time kind of happened. Like last weekend, we had a whole weekend where it was, we did family stuff, which is nice. So I didn't have time to make a video. And then this weekend, I don't want to say I'm on baby duty, but my wife works this whole weekend. So I don't even know if I'm going to be able to make another video. I got this stupid, that box, y'all, I don't know who's in here that was in the video where we opened that box right there is my splitter. And it's just sitting there staring at me every time. It wants to be put on, but I haven't had the time to do it because I know it's going to be a big project. I want to do it all in one day. I don't want my car sitting apart. So I have to take off, the bumper, and then I got to get it on and drilled right and put everything back together. And I want to start in the morning and I want to just do it good. So no, this is water. This is just water right now. I was thinking about grabbing a beer here, depending on how many people are on, but I might just head out here soon. Appreciate everybody talking. I'd had a couple drinks at dinner, so that's why I want to drink a little water. The splitter is actually not bad. Let me see. Got an Instagram text from the guy. Splitters official. I got it from Splitters. Well, Splitters PR, so SPR. So I bought the front splitter and the little rear sides that come out between. If you didn't know, they're actually right here. Oh God. Which is they're just cut out little. These go back between the diffuser and the rear wheel. So it's just kind of like a little flare. I don't even know what the hell you call them. But so for the splitter and those, it was $345 shipped. So it's really not terrible. So I think it was about it would have been probably about 300 shipped for the splitter. But I told him I have a YouTube channel and he gave it to me for 300 for everything. So that I would do a review on it. But I think it's just one of the better looking splitters that I like that wasn't carbon fiber because nothing on my car is carbon fiber. And I just wanted kind of like a matte finish. Where's the beer at, Lucas? Nobody calls me by my first name. The new gig. I'm going to start going down the list here. All right, man. See you, Rhett. How's the new gig? It's going pretty good so far. Like I told everybody earlier in the chat, it's a lot of training so far, computer training, but I mean, I get to wake up at a normal time, cook myself breakfast, train from my computer, come from my own room right here. And then after lunch, I go in to the office that's local here in town and just do some processing of orders and things like that to just kind of get me used to what's going to be happening in the background. But I don't get to actually go out and meet my new clients until the week after next. I think he has a bunch of meetings everywhere, and I'm just going to be driving around with him, going to these meetings. So then I think I'll finally start to meet my people and get my feet wet. SR and then SRTR. I just mentioned it earlier. I'm not 100% sure if I'm keeping the Hellcat. I'm totally playing this thing by ear. Like if I do start, if a year, I'm kind of waiting to see what they do with the new Charger, to be quite honest. I don't care about the wide body that came out too much. I mean, it'll be cool to see it, but it's not It's not anything that like super duper excites me. I think that for the wide body to work, they really just need to redo the whole car and add the wide body in, like an M3 or an M5. Like it has to be part of the car. It can't just look like you slapped fenders on it. You know what I'm saying? Like the Challenger. It doesn't do anything for me, really. It needs to be a part of the car. It needs to flow from front to back. So anyway, I'm playing it by ear completely. If they do the wide body this year and then 2021 they come out with a completely new Charger and it blows me out of my chair, then I might just get that one. But I'm just waiting to see what they come out with. Sorry. No, you cannot do that. If you owe 55 after the lease and the car's worth 48, you can't get it for 48. That's one thing about Chrysler that sucks. If it's a Chrysler lease, Chrysler Capital, they will not negotiate your residual value whatsoever. Even in those situations, like let's say you owe 55 and it's only worth 48, even if you offer them 50, like more than what it's worth, they still won't sell it to you. They'll let it go to auction. It's the weirdest thing. They used to do that though. They used to be like, okay, well, the car is only worth 48 and you're offering, and they're about to send it to auction for 48, but you're offering them 49. They would be like, okay, yeah, we'll take that or whatever. Now your residual value is set in stone. There's no negotiating. There's no nothing. You can buy it for this price no matter what. So unfortunately you can't, unless they change something from now till then. No, I had a couple drinks, Carlos, at dinner, so I was just taking it easy on the water here. But if all of a sudden you see I bought a new car and it says McLaren 720S, then you know the new job is doing good. I'm just kidding. I really don't know what I would get if I had like decent money. I'll tell you what though, man, that ZR, I'm not a Chevy guy, but I'm also not a brand snob. I can appreciate every car, man. That new Corvette, the ZR1, that thing is freaking bad. No, not a Z06, a ZR1. No, ZR1. Yeah, the Scat Pack was financed. What's up, John? If I had the money and I wanted a relatively supercar that wasn't $1 million, that would be a badass car. And I don't know, man. I still might even buy it, find one that's used, because they tank so much in value when you have a car like that that's 140 grand. You could probably give it a year and buy it for 100, you know? Yeah, no, I'm not going to be that much of a baller. But it does seem like the new job could be lucrative. So I'm seeing it might take a little while. That's the thing about this job. It's like you can make decent money for a while, but then there's big jobs that come along like every few years. So, you might, be cruising along right at 6 figures or something. And then all of a sudden a job comes along and it's like, boom, you get a 6-figure paycheck all at once. So, but it might take a year or two or whatever to do that. So it'll be interesting to see how it goes. So we'll just have to play it by ear. I'll keep you guys updated. But oh yeah, I was supposed to text. What's up, Daily Driven? Yeah, man. Well, that's why I was saying to aim high. It was like, if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it pretty decent. I've always liked the Audis too, though, man. I don't know, but I would lease an Audi. I don't think I would buy one unless I just had a ton of money. The RS7 is, you cannot sit here and tell me that car is not sexy and that Audi doesn't make sexy looking cars. And who wouldn't want an all-wheel drive 640 horsepower freaking twin turbo V8, right? Yeah, the R8s are cool. I actually drove an R8. I think it actually is an 08. It's either an 08 or an 09. My buddy here in town just got one. It was his dream car, his attainable dream car. Yeah. No, not for me. No, if I was buying one, I wouldn't get an R8. I would get an RS7, not the R8. I really could care. Don't get me wrong. R8s are bad, but I'd probably rather have an RS7, unless it was a new R8. Take that back. Because that's not a daily. I'm talking about it for a daily car. An R8 isn't a daily car. So RS7 is amazing, would be amazing performance and daily all day long. So that's why I would really like an RS7. Sorry, I'm just texting here real quick to see. CL1 is daily. Yeah, no. ZR1. But no, I mean, I'd still have to keep a 4-door car, for a daily. That's the thing. So, don't want to get divorced. That's funny. SRT, she going to sales. Yeah, that's for sure. I don't know, man. It depends. If you have any sales background, if you're good with talking to people, and if you're a hustler, like a hard worker, and you're motivated to go do things when there's nothing going on, because that's the toughest part about the car business, is there's a lot of downtime and you're just sitting there staring at the wall, and you've got to find ways to just make business happen. So that's the toughest thing. And the hours suck too. But if you do it well and stick with it for a few years, you can make good money. You just got to have a partner that's willing to that knows that you're trying to do the best for your family if you have one. And that's just how it is. The hours are going to be the hours they are. That's one thing I definitely don't miss, though, is the hours. The hours were super rough. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to probably just head out here. In just a few minutes, but I appreciate you guys talking to me for a little bit and touching base. And I honestly don't think I'll be able to have a video up Sunday. I don't know. I'm going to try, but definitely by next week. I'm going to just do it. I'm going to do it. Can you Uber in the Hellcat? That'd be funny though. See, I would totally do that. I would totally Uber in a Hellcat. That'd be hilarious if I could do it. I just don't want to go through all the stuff of. I think most of the people that do those Uber and Hellcat videos, they're not really Ubering. They're all staged. But I live in a small town though. Anyway, I'd probably never get anybody who wanted to Uber. So it would be funny though. Set up the GoPro and do a lot of stuff. I don't know when the next live video is in. I just kind of playing it by ear, to be quite honest. Just seeing, letting the wind take me. All right, man. I'll see you. All right, Daily. See you later, bud. Yeah, man. It's a nice hat. Is that the one? Is that the one? Yep. It's still my favorite. It's a damn good looking hat. I feel like I should buy another one for myself. Do I have any more? I should do a giveaway. There's only 6 people in here, but I'll do a giveaway. My dealer wants $3,500 down, $600 a month on a Hellcat lease. It's not terrible. I mean, I got mine $3,500, basically $3,500 down for $500 a month. So that's like $3,000 difference from what I got mine. So depending on what is in the car, that's not a bad deal. Because mine's stickered for $69 and change. So yeah, I think every $1,000 is about $25 to $30. So I mean, if that even stickered for MSR, it's a wide body. Hellcat. Oh, then you need to go get that damn thing. A wide body Hellcat for 3,500 down and 600 a month. You need to go get that motherfucker. That's for sure. John, one of my dreams cars, a Hellcat. Currently drive a Dart. I like the little car. I had a Dart, believe it or not. For those of you that don't know, you should go watch my video of all the cars I've owned. I really like the Dart too, to be quite honest. When I bought the Dart, I came out of an SRT4 Neon and liked the small turbo cars so I can beat up on V8s and stuff. And they had a Dart SRT in their 5-year plan. So I was like, all right, cool. I'll just buy a regular Dart because I wanted something new. It's like, I'll just take a break from racing and all that junk and buy a Dart. I like the way they looked and all that kind of stuff. I'll buy a Dart and wait for the SRT. So I bought the Dart and the freaking SRT got scratched from the 5-year plan. And that's where I ended up where I'm at. Cause I always liked the Chargers too, except they were just, higher dollar value. So yeah, just keep rocking it, man. I always tell people, just always keep, I can see it sound cliche, but just always try to be better than what you are now. If you're not trying to be better than what you are right now, then you'll never get to where you want to be. If that makes sense. That's my Grant Cardone or Gary Vee of the night. Even if you're in a job you think is just dead end and you're making an hourly paycheck, you better be either trying to do the best you can in that job to go up in that job, or do the best you can in that job while you're trying to find another job that's better, and always be looking for something better. Never get complacent. Because I came from shit. Single mom, 2 kids. I wasn't the single mom. Obviously, I had a single mom, living in a trailer growing up. My first car was a shitty 1983 station wagon with the roof cut off of it and it was painted camouflage. I didn't have air conditioning in any of my cars for the first 6 years of driving, let alone if they even ran half the time. And then I worked hard, built my credit up by myself, and got my own loan on my own car. And I paid, between insurance and my car payment, I paid close to $650 a month total when I was 20 for a car that I wanted. So, yep, it's true. I posted a video of a wide body red eye. I can get that one for $700 a month on a lease. I mean, even $700 a month on a wide body is pretty damn good. I keep telling people about the wide bodies. There's no difference in the residual value of a wide body. The wide body actually hurts the residual value because it's just a bunch of fluff in the residual value. It's $6,000 more dollars that you have to stack on top of a lease. So you got to think, if it's $30 every 1,000, that's $180. Basically, call it $200 extra a month that it normally should be for a Hellcat. So if you're getting one for $700 a month, you can technically say you're getting it for $500 a month. You know what I'm saying? That would be a good deal. So you can kind of equate it there. A lot of the wide bodies I was doing for leasing was in the 800s, some even close to 9. What's up, Evan? I love the freaking TRX, man. I can't wait to see that thing come to fruition. It's the epitome of what I would want in a truck. Like I've always been a fan of like the Raptors and stuff. I think trucks need to have tire. Like you see all these people, and I'm sorry if you're one of these people, but I mean, they put big old rims and tiny rubber band tires on these freaking trucks. And I think it's the stupidest looking thing ever, outside of the people that camber their freaking wheels like this. And I'm sorry, you can unsubscribe from me or whatever. I think it's the stupidest shit. I like a truck that has tire. So the wheel can be big, 18, 20 inches or whatever, 22, but you need to have some tire. So basically, if it looks like it can go off road, that's how I like the trucks to look. So I think that freaking TRX just looks awesome. And the fact that the concept has the the dual, like the spare tires and stuff in the back with the rally bar and stuff. It's just perfect. I freaking love it. I heard what you pay in your lease doesn't count. The dealer can sell you it for more after lease. Is that true? No. I don't know if you were here for earlier, for the part of the thing I was saying earlier, but no, the residual value is set in stone. It doesn't mean that the dealer can't try to throw in some kind of stupid fee on you or something like that, but they can't. The price of what you can buy it for is the price what you can buy it for after the lease is over. Oh boy. Now I'm getting more people in here. What the heck are you guys doing to me? I have to keep talking. Is a Challenger Scat Pack for $400 a month with $1,500? Man, I'm so far out of it now, dude. I don't know, to be quite honest. When I left, it doesn't sound possible. The Scat Packs were just not leasing that great. So usually the people that were getting in the 400s were like $3,000 down. And that was just in the 400s. I'm not saying it's not possible at this point, because they could just be, you could find one that's been sitting on a lot for a while and they want to knock it down a couple of grand. You know, that's the thing. When someone says possible, the world is your oyster in the car business, man, because you never know what a dealer is willing to do. That's why you never don't try it, because they could need one, that could be their one car that they need to get 50 grand. So, excuse me. What's up with all y'all yelling at me? Y'all can turn off the caps lock. It's all right. I can't see myself driving, putting some big skinny rims on my H shoe. Yeah, same thing. Like big trucks and stuff don't need. I don't. No. This big wheel skinny tire thing isn't. I don't like it. It needs to have some freaking meat on it. But I'm running out of stuff to talk about. My buddy didn't text me back, so I guess I'm not going to go play video games, but whatever. So I'll keep chatting. Yep, you got some caps lock in there. Ram 1500, no rubber band tires. That's good. That's good. I mean, I get the whole to each their own thing. But there's I guess it's just my opinion. Yeah. People have their opinions. And I'm sure it's the majority opinion. But whatever. I guess each their own. I just don't like it. What should I do to build my credit at my point in life? Well, I don't know what point in life you're at, but if you're in any point in your life to build credit, I have doorstop PS now. I'm building my own PCs. So I have a gaming PC. I have a PlayStation 4 too, but a lot of my major gaming is done on my PC. So to build your credit, I mean, the best thing to do is it all depends on kind of where you're at and with your credit. But that's the thing. It depends on where you're at with the credit. Do you have debt that you need to pay off? Are you in collections? You know, whatever, blah, blah, blah. How long are you in those collections? You know, because there's a statute of limitations. You have nothing. Okay, good. That's good. That makes it easy. You need to go find store cards, like K Jewelers. I swear, like a jewelry store card is like one of the best things to do, because just don't go crazy on it, because their interest is usually stupid high, but usually they will give anybody credit if you have a job. So go find like a K Jewelers or a furniture store like Badcock, like that kind of stuff. And just buy something, just something. Like I bought myself a watch or something like that, you know, $300 watch. and just make the minimum payments on it, or just a little bit over the minimum payments. Yeah, you're going to pay interest, and people are going to say, oh, you pay it off every month. No, don't do that. They don't want to see that you can make a payment, pay something off. Make the payments on it a little over minimum. Don't go too crazy on it, and never miss payments. Just set a reminder in your phone, set it up on auto pay. It's hard to remember. We have a lot of shit going on in our lives. Don't miss payments. That's the main thing. Put a reminder, set it on auto pay. If it's a minimum payment, it's only be like $20. For Christ's sake, just auto pay it. And, do that for, like he said, a minimum of 6 months or something like that. And then try to go get another card. Do another store card, JC Penney, Bell's out, Bell's, these store cards are easy to get. They might not have a Visa logo, and they're not going to have a major credit, but they still count for credit. Once you have 2 credit cards, I would, and you're paying them, I would, depending on what you need for a car. And don't cancel your cards. Don't cancel any cards if you have no credit. Just keep them open. That's revolving credit, because when they look at your credit, they're going to see what your max credit is. So that's another big thing too, is if they only gave you $500, well, 6 months from now, you might want to ask them or write them a letter, or go to the store and be like, hey, can I get a higher credit limit or whatever? It doesn't mean you want to spend the limit. You just want to see if they'll bump your credit limit up. So that gives you more of a ceiling, basically. So they like to see that you have open credit, but you haven't abused it. I wouldn't stray away from, depending on if you need a car or don't need a car. At that point, if you've had 2 credit cards you've been paying on for like a year, this isn't stuff you can do overnight. Then I would go get a regular credit card, like a gas card maybe, or try to buy a car. You're going to need a substantial amount of money down usually, though, at that point. But a diversion of credit, diversion. I don't know what that word is. Diversity in credit, whatever, is a big thing they look for. So the types of accounts. So like credit cards are one type, store cards are another type, car credit is another type, home loans are a different type. So they're looking for diversity as well. So that's another big thing. So it's either the 3rd credit card I would get, or a car. Try to get a car, but you'll need more money down the less time you have credit. So if you don't need a car quite yet, then just grab another credit card or a cheap car, or something. Or even try to go directly to a bank if it's not that expensive of a car. If you're just trying to get like a $5,000 car or a $10,000 car, go to your bank and say, hey, can I do a loan for this car I'm trying to buy from this guy? Here's my income. Here's the credit I have. And if none of that works, you can go, exactly what I was about to say, is go get a secure card. You can do that too, which might even be a good card to get for the 3rd card or the second card. They have secure cards from banks or credit unions. And you can, basically what it is you back up the card with your own money. So if they want $1,000 credit card, well, you give them $1,000 and they basically put it in like an account. And then they give you a card, a Visa card or whatever, and you go spend money on it and you make payments on it. But it's like they use your money as like the backup in case you don't pay or whatever. And then you get your money back when you pay into it or something like that. I never had one, but it counts as credit. Awesome. So it counts as credit. So that you don't need any credit to do that because it's a secured card. So that's another great way to build credit when you have no credit whatsoever. And then that same bank would probably be more apt to give you a car loan because you have credit history directly through them as well. All right, guys, let me go play some games. Somebody asked me earlier what I played. I don't know if you're still in here or not, but I'll tell you if you say what's up again. I was playing Rocket League on PlayStation 4. for a long time. I don't know if anyone plays that. No, I don't like those. I'm not a huge fan of those games. I've been playing first person shooters for probably longer than half the people are here have been alive. But it's not that I'm bored of it. It's just I don't like to play them where you don't get where you don't respawn. You know, I don't have, like I said, I don't have a whole lot of time. I want to get in, I want to play. I don't want to sit there and like run around for 10 minutes and then get fucking shot in the back of my head and now the game's over. You know, so I'm not like a huge fan of those style games like Apex and Fortnite and stuff like that. I'd rather just like a Call of Duty style or whatever, you know. You can go out there or Battlefield. I'm actually more of a Battlefield person. I've got Battlefield 5 and had Battlefield 1 and had Battlefield, you name it. Battlefield 3, Battlefield 4. I played a lot of the Battlefields. Yeah, Player Underground Battleground. Yeah, I don't do any of that stuff or Apex. I did just start playing Anthem though, and Anthem is actually pretty cool. I really like it. And if you can't tell, I mean, I kind of like Mass Effect too. It's one of my favorite games. Yeah, Modern Warfare, you know, stuff like that. You know, I don't mind playing that. And I have been a little FPS'd out, even though I'm playing Anthem, which is kind of like a third person shooter. But yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the ones that actually is really well. See, I downloaded Apex and I realized it was the same style game and the same thing happened. Like I got in and yeah, we went around and collected these weapons and blah, 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 blah. It took like 10 minutes. And then we got jumped by the other team and we were dead in like 3 seconds. And then I had to wait until the game was over. And I was like, nah, I'm not about it. I'm just not about it. I have Forza, but I never played it. No, I don't do Minecraft, but I never got into it. Forza, what's the late? I had the latest one. I don't know if what was it 7 or something. Forza 7 or 9 or what? I don't even know what it is. I never played Forza before though. I just saw it. I built my new computer and I didn't have anything to play, and I was like, let me get something to play. I want to play a racing game, and I bought Forza. I'm actually a really big fan of Need for Speed. You know, I've got a bunch of Need for Speeds on PlayStation. Always have been. So what's up? I can't remember how to say your name. Donison. Did I ever send you your license plate? Do I have that? Did you get that thing? Most Wanted was pretty cool. I did like Most Wanted. That was fun. No, I didn't. Damn it. I've got that thing around here somewhere. I packed it up and looked at it again. I don't know why I can't just get my shit together and send it out, but do you still have a Scat Pack? It's in an envelope around here somewhere. It must be with my other stuff. I'll try to get it out. Yeah, I saw that Open World Horizon, and I thought I would probably like that more because it's kind of Need for Speedish style. That looked pretty legit. If I buy another one, it'll probably be one of those Open World Horizons. But yeah, I'm playing Anthem. It's fun. Rocket League. You know, Battlefields. I like Mass Effect, role playing games, stuff like that. You know, Final Fantasies, stuff like that. I'm a big RPG guy. And I'm actually about to jump into Anthem. My buddy's waiting on me. So it's been fun talking with you guys. And I don't know really what's going on. I just want to say what's up. And Skyrim I know is probably awesome. I won't even say probably. I know it's awesome, but I didn't get into playing it. I just didn't. I just missed the boat. I had other things going on or whatever, and I never played it. But I know they make good stuff, and I know it's good. It's kind of like Mass Effect, but in the dark ages. I guess it's very story driven and things like that. So I know it's a good game. I just never got into playing it. I actually have it somewhere, but I just never played it.
I bought that Premiere or whatever from Origin. So I can get all their new games when they come out. So I'll just start doing that. Titanfall, things like that. So hit me up. My if anyone's on PS4, that's my gamer tag is my channel name. So you can hit me up. Just make sure you say who you are or you're from YouTube or something, so I actually add you. And I'll jump on there every now and again. I haven't been in a while, but outside of that, I'll probably see you guys later. Appreciate you coming in and talking with me. And catch you guys next time. Have a good night. Peace, Carlos. Congratulations on 4K. Oh, I was like 4K. What the fuck? Oh yeah, thanks, man. Yeah, I don't know about the Xbox thing. I'll just have to kind of play it by ear. I'm a PlayStation guy because of their they do a lot of role playing games and Final Fantasies are usually on Xbox. All right, guys. I'll catch you later. Thanks for checking in. Peace.